Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here with the FOWL+FIELD family. We are going to talk about duck hunting, how to begin, what gear to get, how to do it on a budget, specifically the cheap way to get into duck hunting, and how to begin. Being someone that doesn't know how to duck hunt, what all do you need? Where do you go? How do you get started? So the first thing you got to think about when you want to become a duck hunter is, can you take a life? Now, you're going to be taking the life of an animal, and you got to respect the animals themselves, respect the life that they have, respect the creation that God gave us. These animals, you're going to take a life, and hopefully you're in it to hunt, to eat the animal. You know, hunting should be about getting out there with the adrenaline, collecting the animal, cleaning it, and then eating it. So personally, we hunt for food, and we hunt to enjoy time with our brothers out there in the field or in the water and enjoy God's creation. So we want to always respect animals, respect the life that you're taking, and that's the first thing you got to be able to do if you're going to be a duck hunter. Now, you got to be thinking about gear. So you want to get some gear to be getting into duck hunting. I'm going to go over the cheapest gear you can get that I actually have used most of my hunting career to be a duck hunter. Just getting started, I still use the cheapest stuff most of the time. You don't need much. So you're going to need waders if you're going to hunt in water. You're going to need decoys, maybe boots, camo clothing, probably warm weather clothing, hats, gloves. You're going to need a backpack, and then you're going to need a gun and decoys. So here we go. Starting number one, we're going to hop on Amazon.com. These are the specific waders that I use, and I've used these for 4 or 5 years now. This is FOWL brand waders. There are neoprene ones, and then there are non-neoprene ones. These are specifically marketed as like fishing waders because they're not insulated, they're not warm, but I specifically use these because they're so cheap. They're $60. They've lasted me 5 years and still going, and I wear them in the coldest weather. I just really put on some warm clothes under and really bundle up to wear these waders in the water. But these waders are great, especially in the beginning of the season when it's warm and you're sweating in your waders. I'm wearing these ones and I'm not really sweating, but the neoprene brand I have also had, and they work great as well, and they're still very cheap. Right at $100, I believe, maybe under. Waders are going to be an essential thing as a duck hunter, especially since you'll probably be hunting in water most of the time. The next thing is decoys. You gotta have decoys, usually, to hunt ducks. Now, I will say, you don't need a lot of decoys. My standard is 12 to 24. I would say 12 decoys. You can buy them in a pack right here on Amazon. These specific decoys right here, final approach, last pass, you can get these on Rogers. Look at this, about $60. This is a great way to go. These decoys, 12 of them, and then maybe one motion decoy. I would say a mojo, mallard, or teal, just any motion really. The wings spinning, really draw birds in, or a decoy that's gonna make ripples on the water or spit water just to get movement going, because you're gonna be on hunts where there's no wind, the water looks calm, the decoys don't look real, so the ducks notice that and they might not come in. You're gonna need some movement. So I would say focus on getting one of these as well. The next thing you're going to need is some warm weather clothing. Now, camo clothing, you can get warm weather camo clothing at Walmart, Amazon, anywhere really. You don't need Sitka, you don't need the most expensive camo. I'm always just wearing just a camo, like the original camo from Realtree that's really cheap. I can get it at Walmart. Same for the gloves and hats. You want to cover with camo because birds have really good vision, and you want to blend in with that background that you're hiding in. So waterfowl camo, tree camo, depending on where you're hunting. As long as you're blending in, you're not wearing white or flashy colors out there, you're going to be all right, and you'll get some ducks in. Now, this next part might be a little controversial, but a duck call. As you can see here, there's so many duck calls I have on my lanyard. It just depends on what I feel like using. This Duck Commander call right here is the Uncle Si Mallard Hen single reed duck call. It was like my first duck call. These duck calls from Duck Commander are first what pop up on Amazon. They're fairly cheap, and they would be the way to go. It's going to take time to learn to blow these, but I don't think that's something you necessarily need in the beginning when duck hunting. Ducks will come into the decoys without calling. It happens all the time. You don't necessarily need a duck call. The next thing is you're going to need a gun. Now, you could start off borrowing a gun from a grandpa, a father, a friend. You could also go out and buy a used shotgun. So I would suggest 20 gauge or 12 gauge. Doesn't matter the brand, just get a gun. Choose something that's going to be reliable. You could go and buy used. You could go and buy brand new. There are cheaper shotguns out there in the $500 range, and then they go all the way up to $2,500. Now, the next thing is, where do you hunt? Now, out here in the Midwest, there is so much public water and public land to hunt. And you can download the onX app, or you can grab a book that shows maps with public water and public land on it. You can grab those at your local hunt and fish store, some gas stations. The onX app is a great way to go. It shows you so much on it. $30 a year for a subscription for this app, and you can see all these spots you want to go hunt, all the public water. And there's so much public water where we're at. It's very efficient to have this app and go out and find places to hunt. The one suggestion I would make is start off going with someone who duck hunts already. Let them teach you, learn from them, get out there, experience it with a buddy. Have this buddy maybe show you a few public spots that you can go check out anytime. You can go try hunting and learn from them. And then you'll be able to go out on your own and try some public water. Public water is probably the easiest way to go about starting hunting. Ducks are always on water any time of the day. Water, there's so much public around when it comes to water versus fields. And it's where you're gonna start duck hunting. So just to recap, you're going to be taking a life. You got to respect the wildlife, respect that life. You're hunting it for a purpose, to gain food, for nutrients, and to enjoy time with your friends in the outdoors. The second thing is gear. You're going to need gear. You can go cheap, get all the gear you need, and get out there and begin for a reasonable price. The last thing is getting that buddy to teach you where to go, how to begin, show you where some public spots are, learn from them, and then you'll be out on your own, going out and learning yourself. And then eventually one day you'll be teaching others as well. That's exactly how I went about duck hunting on a budget, how to begin, where to begin, the gear you need. This is how you start. You got this. Get out there, enjoy duck hunting, stay gritty. This is FOWL+FIELD channel. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed day.